ladies and gentlemen, and Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to one and all. I'm assuming I'm not going to have a massive audience tonight. I'm sure there's plenty of people having far more fun Christmases than I currently am having. But I've decided, why not just come on for a wee bit. Whoever's here, whoever's maybe having a quiet Christmas as well, we can sit, we can have a wee Q&A, we can talk away, etc, etc. Thought, why not? Got to preview the game tomorrow anyway, haven't I? So I thought, why not? We'll jump on, we'll do a wee late live stream. I always have a quiet Christmas Day. Christmas Day doesn't, not much happens in the Fitzsimon's household. I'm an only child. No family really to celebrate with, apart from the mother and father. Everybody else in the family has their own things, etc. So it's been a quiet one for me. I've had the dinner, done all that jazz. No drinking for me on Christmas Day. But you know what? Let's have a wee bit of fun. Let's talk about Celtic. I hope that everybody has had a wonderful Christmas. I hope that you are all having a great day, a blessed day. I see people in the chat just now. Hello to everybody who's tuning in. I'll make sure to get as many as involved in tonight's wee stream as I possibly can. But I hope you have all had a really nice Christmas. So Merry Christmas to all of you. Thank you to everybody who as well was saying, hope I've had a nice day, and Merry Christmas, and all those sentiments. The same to all of you, Helen, Donna, Blair, all these different people in the chat. Everybody watching, even if you're not commenting, Merry Christmas. And we're back with the content, I suppose. I'm not slowing down just because it's Jesus' birthday. He's had his party, he's had plenty of them, so you know what, let's talk about Celtic. Very quickly, before we talk about Celtic though, and I know I have been banging this drum, but it's for a very important reason I've been banging this drum, and I just want to mention it one more time. We're going to keep this running until, I think New Year's Day is when we're going to take down and donate the money to charity. I think that's when we're going to do the cut-off. I'm not entirely sure yet, I need to speak to Kieran, but if you haven't already, please go down below if you can, if you have any money to spare. I'm not begging you to do it, don't worry. I know this time of year you've been spending your money on presents and all the rest of it, but we've done fantastic. I actually can't quite believe the amount of money we've raised so far. We wanted to raise £500. We are up to £1,200, which is not, or just over £1,200 I should say. So if you've already donated and you're watching this live stream, you're watching it back in video form, thank you so very much, because it's unbelievable the support that we've had for this. It's surpassed any expectation that I think me, Kieran and Calum and Ryan at the podcast have had. Massive credit to Kieran, who's been running this and really pushing for it. So thank you to everybody who has. If you do want to donate, there's a joke in the link in the description below where it will take you to the Just Giving, and you can donate. The description that's there is for Chaz, of course, children's hospices across Scotland. So it's a very important cause, a very good cause, and hopefully by the 1st of January, hopefully by New Year's Day, we've raised a little bit more money to donate to this great cause as well. So thank you to everybody so far. It is there, you can go and check it out, and if you've got anything to spare, then anything even as little as £1 would be very much appreciated. Massive shout out, by the way. Thank you to everybody. I'm not just singling out, but there was one, and I need to get his name up to see if he watches. Stephen, by the way, who donated 125 quid at this time of year. A hell of a lot of money. And I wish that everybody who's donated, I wish that I could shake your hand and say thank you to your face, but this is obviously the best I can do. So thank you to everybody so far. It's still up. And also thank you to Stuart, who's donated a fiver to the channel as well, saying Merry Christmas, Ryan, onwards and upwards for the hoops in 2024. So yeah, thank you for the £5, appreciate that, and all the best to yourself, mate, and a Merry Christmas, and thank you, it's much appreciated. Thank you to everybody as well in the chat who is saying Merry Christmas and such. Let's talk about Celtic, shall we? That's what we're here to do. We're here to talk about Celtic. Tomorrow, Celtic head to Dundee. I only just found out, literally half an hour ago, that it's a 3 o'clock kickoff tomorrow. This time of year, you forget that it was the same in the Premier League games. I was thinking they were all late because it's midweek, but of course it's Boxing Day, so there's exceptions made for the festive fixtures. It's a 3 o'clock kickoff tomorrow in Dundee. I would have missed the game. I probably would have been sitting there waiting for the 7:45 kickoff. It was only half an hour ago that I discovered it was 3 o'clock. But it is in Dundee. There hasn't been any sort of negative updates in regards to the possibility of the game being called off. As we know, Dundee's game at the weekend was called off. The pitch inspection came back with the result that the game shouldn't be played. The game was called off. I think that Dundee themselves were very, very annoyed at that. I think they thought that the game was fine, or the pitch was fine, the game should have been played. I believe they've actually, I think they've launched a complaint to the SFA and the other governing bodies and the referees and such for calling the game off. But As far as I'm aware, our game is fine for tomorrow. I don't know if there'll be a pitch inspection in the morning. I'm not really too sure what the weather's like up at Dundee in the minute, in Dundee at the minute. But it looks as though the game will be going ahead, and it's a massive game for Celtic, of course. It's 3 points, very important. This is the last game before we take on Rangers at the weekend. Momentum has to be with us, and we need to have another positive result. Now, Saturday was good, a 2-0 win against Livingston. You love to see it, back to winning ways after, of course, that back-to-back set of losses to Hearts and Kilmarnock. So it's good to get back to winning ways, but Dundee, we need a good win. We need confidence on our side heading into Saturday. And we have to look at things one thing at a time. There's no point of us. I mean, here's James saying, I stay in Dundee, and it's pissing down. Hail, hail. Hopefully the rain stops. Hail, hail. But we'll see. The thing is, you know, tomorrow is really going to be a test for us because, you know, Dundee's a place we've not struggled. You know, when before they got relegated, I think this is our first time going back since we've returned to the top flight. We've never really struggled at Dundee. We've always had good enough results, but I always look at it as a banana peel of a game, and I don't know why. Even though if you look at the record, the history of the games there, we've been fine, we've been okay, but it's just a horrible place to go. I feel Dens Park, just a midweek as well at Christmas time. I just feel like there's a real chance of something going wrong, and obviously we haven't been great in recent times. So there is every chance of something going wrong in Dundee tomorrow. But, you know, we've got to be confident. We've got to handle that game before we even start to think about Rangers at the weekend. And ultimately, they just need to get the job done and play the best football they can. Now, I think that we were pretty good on Saturday at certain points in the game. First 20 minutes, I thought we were really, really good. We took our foot off the gas. But then we started the second half pretty well. Got the goals early. We need more of that. We need that understanding in the team and a little bit of kind of chemistry on show rather than the kind of broken down, disjointed looking team that we've seen in recent weeks. We need that kind of consistency to return to the side where we can just go into these games with a confidence and with the ability to beat sides like Dundee. Now, they haven't been too bad. They haven't, you know, came up to the top flight and struggled. But it's a team that we can't have. There's no excuses. We need to be beating them. It's as simple as that. So I think that it's obviously a bit difficult as well with the game coming so quickly on Saturday. You know, do you talk about rotation or do you just play the same side and try and get them to kind of gel together and build a knowledge of each other before Saturday, so that we have a real good understanding going into Saturday's game? If it was me, and despite the risk of injuries and despite the risk of fitness, at the end of the day, they're footballers, they're paid to play and they should be able to play. I would be playing the same team that we fielded against Livingston Saturday. That's the exact 11 I would play. It's the exact 11 I would play against Rangers as well. I would just let them play together. It's as simple as that. None of this chopping and changing. Johnson and, you know, Yang and other people coming into the team tomorrow night. The only player who I would argue that I would maybe give a little bit of a rest and maybe bench, and you might not agree with me. I'm not saying do it, but if there was anybody, it would be Cameron Carter-Vickers, just because he has been having a little bit of troubles with fitness and injuries this season because of how important he is for Saturday. But he's still important tomorrow night, or tomorrow afternoon, I should say. Still very important for that game, but he's the only one that I'd even consider giving a rest. Aside from that, though, I think that you've just got to go and you've got to play the same team. I think you've just got to let them go out there, do their thing, and get that confidence in their systems ahead of Saturday's game. We should be winning. It's as simple as that. There is no room for dropping any more points now. We cannot allow that gap to... Well, it's not even a gap anymore. If they win their game in hand, they're ahead of us. So we need to win these games. We need to beat them on Saturday. And that's that. Simple as that. That's, you know, basically the only way I can go about it. So, yeah, we should be winning. We should be winning, and hopefully we do. Thank you to Ian, by the way. Merry Christmas to you, Ian, and thank you very much for the donation. Hi, Ryan. Merry Christmas. Let's get a win tomorrow. Absolutely. Let's get a win tomorrow. 3 points, nothing less, and a good performance into the bargain. There's my man. Hello, Christmas Day stream. Fitzsimons doesn't stop. Of course not. Of course not. Listen, I've just been lying in my bed all day, but apart from obviously having Christmas dinner and such, I've been having that. But, you know, since dinner finished, I've just been lying in my bed, and I thought to myself, I may as well stream. You know, it's my job at the end of the day, and, you know, we never stop. I mean, I know that's the mantra of the old manager, but we never stop. So yeah, right. Let's just go Christmas Q&A then, shall we? Let's just have fun. We've done the. I mean, what is there to say about Dundee? You know, and I don't mean that with any disrespect. All due respect to the opposition, and you've got to respect every opponent. I don't mean that in a bad way, but I mean, what is the story of tomorrow's game? It's a must-win for Celtic. There's no over-the-top tactical analysis being done. There's no room for anything other than Celtic need to win the game tomorrow. It's as simple as that, and we should be winning the game tomorrow. So let's go Q&A. Let's get this. Let's get your questions. Let's get things going. First one. It can be on anything. Christmas, football. Let's just have a laugh for the last 20 minutes of this stream. We'll talk about Celtic, of course, but let's just have some fun on Christmas Day. The first one. Thoughts on Fran Alonso's departure, says Max. I don't have any strong feelings. I guess he's been offered a job, probably a good wage, and an opportunity to now further his career. I wish him all the best. I think he'd done a decent enough job with the women's team, but it's also exciting for the women, I suppose, to now have a new manager come in soon. Hopefully, they make a good appointment. And it's a new year because Fran's been there quite a while, hasn't he? So change can always be good. And I think if you go off the social media reaction to him leaving, a lot of people are actually happy that he's leaving. I liked him. I really liked Fran Alonso. Thought he was a good coach. I thought he was a really good guy into the bargain. But best of luck to him. Best of luck to the women's team as they probably get a new manager in and start going. Am I going tomorrow? No, I'm not. I don't get many away game tickets. So yeah, Rio. Obviously, I'm assuming that this is not the real Hatate. But no, Rio, I'm not going. What did I have for my Christmas dinner? Just I'm not a turkey man. I don't like turkey. So I had chicken, Brussels sprouts, carrots, pigs in blankets, of course, parsnip. I feel like there was something else on the plate, I can't remember. So I had that. So actually, I had 4 courses, actually. 4 courses. My mother done a good job this year. I felt like she's away in bed now. She's knackered. We had prawn cocktail. I love a prawn cocktail. I absolutely love it. So a wee prawn cocktail for starters. Then some homemade potato soup. Beautiful. Love potato soup, me. I absolutely love it. So I had that. Then it was the main course, which I've just went through. And then a chocolate fudge cake for dessert. Which was lovely, with some whipped cream on the side. So a good dinner. She done well. My compliments to the chef, Mother Fitzsimons, Mother118. Let's see. Is this a question, Ryan? How much will you give Rio and O'Reilly for us? It says to Newcastle. Well, that's Saudi money. I'll say 200 million. Take it or leave it. You can afford it. That Saudi money pays well, right? 200 million. That's it. That's the deal. Thank you to all the Christmas wishes, by the way. I'm very much appreciative of it. Yes, of course I am. And I always will be, Donny. You've got to just accept it. Things will get good. You fucking take it from me. But of course, YouTube paying off with the 4 courses. Listen, I didn't pay for a bastard thing. It's my ma paying for it. But I didn't chip in or anything. They got their presents. I gave them a good couple of presents though. I spent quite a fair chunk of money on the Ilgins this year. Got them tickets for Strictly Come Dancing in the Hydro. That was dear. They were about £75 a seat. I had a heart attack when I was at the checkout on Ticketmaster. Jelly and ice cream for dessert. Love that. I should have asked for that. I should have. Let's scroll down. Sorry if I skip anything. It's not flying with. There's actually over 200 viewers, by the way. So I didn't expect that on Christmas Day. So thank you if you have tuned in, and thank you for all the Christmas wishes, of course. Favourite Christmas film? Basic answer. I'm not a Christmas film guy. I like a handful of Christmas films. So as a basic, Elf. Elf is the best. I love Elf. I was howling. I always, even if I don't watch Elf every year, I'll always watch the scene with the world's best cup of coffee. I howl every time. Congratulations! The world's best cup of coffee. You did it! Fucking brilliant. Absolutely love it. But Elf. I really enjoyed last year. I actually went to the cinema to see Spirited. I don't know if anybody's seen Spirited. I went to see that last year. Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell, and I really enjoyed that. I really liked Spirited. I love a good musical. I love musicals, so I really enjoyed that. But as I said, a handful. I like Elf. I like Spirited. I like Polar Express. I'm not a fan of the Home Alone films. I know. Oh my God, I'm getting crucified for that. But I'm not a Christmas film kind of guy. I've never have been. Even when I was younger, I didn't bother them. I just watched normal films at Christmas, to be honest. But I'd go with Elf. Paul is saying the game is more than likely off tomorrow. Conditions haven't improved at all. Listen, if I wake up and it gets called off, I wouldn't be surprised. Listen, we need to wait and see. I wouldn't be surprised. I also wouldn't mind. You know that? I wouldn't mind if it got called off tomorrow. It means I can go to the pub and get pissed and not have to worry about a video. But I listen. If it gets called off, there's, that eliminates the opportunity of dropping points before Rangers. So I'm not that bothered if it gets called off tomorrow, but I would like a Celtic game to watch tomorrow afternoon. Do you think the Dundee game will go ahead? Waterlog pitch. Listen, we'll wait and see. I wouldn't be surprised, but right now we're just going to talk about it as if it's happening. So aye. Let's see. Turkey a la. Like that one, Paul. I like that one. Best Christmas film is Die Hard, and yes, it's a Christmas film. Listen, I've never seen Die Hard, but I don't care if it's, this whole debate. I don't care if it's a Christmas film or no. To me, it looks like a Christmas film, just with obviously being set at Christmas. But aye. Let's see. Christmas is shite. Bah humbug. I like that. That's one of the Christmas films I like. But the Muppets version of A Christmas Carol. I like that one. That's a good one. That's one of my favourite ones. Ditch one, keep one. Christmas Day as we know it, or New Year as if it's a normal day. I love New Year's Eve. I love Hogmanay. But I think, I don't know what one I'd keep, because I'm not a Scrooge. I don't mind Christmas. It's just not very exciting for me. Christmas Eve is. Do you know what? I'd keep Christmas, and then we'd just treat New Year's a normal day. Because Christmas Eve, we've got a wee tradition with the boys. We go to the pub and that's always fun. So that's like, just like a Hogmanay to me anyway. So I would keep Christmas if I had to pick any. Oh, here we go. We're starting with it. What signings, positions would you like to see in January? Goalkeeper, left back, striker, and centre back. That's the four. That's the four that I would say. Let's see. Thoughts on the video of the player saying Merry Christmas. I've not even seen it. I've seen the clip of O. Seen the clip of O, and that's about it. I've not watched the whole thing. I've not really been on social media today, if I'm being honest. Is it panic stations if we get beaten Saturday? Yes, it will be. Whether you want it to be or not, it will be. If we lose on Saturday, the world will start crumbling around us. I can fucking guarantee it. But, aye. Best Easter film is Jingle All the Way. Easter. Nice. What did you have for your dinner? I've been through it. You'll have to run it back. I'm not going through it. I'll get hungry if I talk about it again. Sorry, board comment. I'll get fucking hungry. Oh my god, comments are flying in now. Let's see. Bucky Thistle winning the cup, probably. Wouldn't put it fucking past us. To be honest, don't allow Rodgers any money. He hasn't developed as a manager in 7 years. That's nonsense. He has. He went down to England and done a great job with Leicester until the last season. Let's come on. Let's not be overreactionary here. He has developed as a manager. You don't go down to England and win cups and finish in the top 5 if you're not developing as a manager. He done really well. Come on, Paul. Play the game. Paul. Hello, Elliot. Merry Christmas to you too. Nice to see you. Any good presents, eh? Clay's and money, mate. Clay's and money. No, I had a couple of nice wee gifts. I got a hamper of Buckfast. There's about 25 bottles in it. But I don't know when I'm going to get through them. Money basically pay off. I'm going to WrestleMania. I've mentioned it before. I'm going to WrestleMania in April. So, to pay off the last bit of WrestleMania, I got some money. I got the Celtic third shirt. So that'll make a debut in the channel soon. And then just other wee bits and bobs, aftershave, chocolates, stuff like that. Nothing over extravagant, you know what I mean? I love the wrestling question. I'm telling you, I'm going to start a wrestling channel so we can actually just talk about wrestling. I would love both, but first Cody. But I would love a Dom World title reign, you know that? But it would be a bit soon. God, fucking quit. Oh, I'm having to scroll down now. How was the pub? Fun. It was good. Thank you for asking, Luce. It was a good night. It's good seeing everybody at Christmas time. People you've not seen in months and all that. You're like, oh, catch up and all that, Then you don't see them for another 6 months. Kyoko getting baked. Well, going off his TikToks, it looks like he might be. Looks as though he's baked in name, doesn't he? I don't like that he started a TikToker. I'm like Roy Keane. I know I'm a YouTuber, I have a fucking cheek, right? But I'm I'm specky and don't play football. I'm allowed. Footballers shouldn't be allowed. I'm like Roy Keane. Get off fucking TikTok. Start scoring goals again. I mean, he scored at the weekend. Fair enough. Am I looking forward to the January window? No, really. No, I'm actually quite nervous for it because I don't think it's going to answer the problems that we need to address, to be honest. But I'm always excited to see new players come in and freshen up the place a little bit. So, aye. God, so many questions, so many things. Rodgers said, you really hate Rodgers, didn't you, Donny? You really hate Rodgers. Come on, stand by, man. Come on. Do you think that Rodgers has ruined Kyogo, or is it just him? I think there's a bit of both. I think that Kyogo, we have to hold our hands up and say, Kyogo hasn't been good enough. Whatever your opinion is, whether you think it's the manager's fault, he just hasn't been good enough. It's as simple as that. But there is obviously a part of that maybe being that Rodgers wants to play him in a different sort of manner to how Ange played him. Absolutely. No doubts about it. But he's just not been good enough either. He got that goal at the weekend. Hopefully that gives him a kick up the arse. Because he's a cracking player and we know that. We need to see more because he's so important to what we do. It's so important. Aye. Let's see. Thoughts on CM Punk is the greatest of all time, and I'll hear no different. It's to be 3 degrees and sunny tomorrow in Dundee. Really? Let's do it. Let's do a live weather check. I'm Sean Batty, and this is the weather. Let's go. Met Office. They're the most reliable. Oh, no, I went onto a Spanish ticketing website somehow. It's the website I got my tickets for the Atletico game. How have I ended up there? I don't know. I went to type Met Office, and for some reason it opened up that. Let's check the weather. Dundee. Met Office is always reliable. Tuesday, the 26th of December, 3 o'clock. Yep, you're right. Sunny and 3 degrees. I'm going to skip down the chat a bit, so if I've missed any of your questions, feel free to keep sending them in and we'll get round to them hopefully in the last sort of 10 minutes of the stream. Sunny and it's maybe sunny tomorrow, and during the night, I think it's maybe okay during the night as well. Let's see, midnight. Yeah, it's not meant to be any rain. I think there's some now and a wee bit later tonight. But from 1 a.m. onwards, there's meant to be no rain. And the weather's meant to be okay. So let's hope it's good enough for the game to go on. So there you go. There's your Sean Batty weather update. Thank you to Michael Kelly, by the way, for the £2. Really appreciate that. How many drinks have I had tonight? None. This is one thing with me. I love a drink, right? I love a swally. You know that by now. You know me, right? I love a drink. I only drink when I'm drinking. I don't have one. I don't have two. I don't sit in the house and open a beer. I never do it. If I drink, I'm out and I'm drinking, and that's it. You'll never catch me just having a pint for the sake of it. I hate it. In fact, do you know what I actually do? I hate drinking if I'm not drinking. So I only drink if I'm going out. So I've had none today, Michael. Might have a wee slur later on though, even though that's non-alcoholic, but still. Let's see. What player most resembles a food from your Christmas dinner, and why is it Craig Taylor as a Brussels sprout? My God, what a question, Ross. How you've came up with that, fuck knows. But creative. Joe Hart, cabbage. If you have cabbage with your Christmas dinner, then Joe Hart with a cabbage. There you go. Thank you to Sean. I really appreciate that. We need to play high press, fast passing football for 90 minutes, not half a game. Absolutely none of this 20 minutes being good, 20 minutes being shite, anything like that. And announce a wrestling channel and no be like Adam Blompier. Don't worry, I don't want to be like Adam Blompier, but I am strongly considering setting up a wrestling channel. It's my other passion. I fucking love wrestling, and I know it gets some people. Oh, it's fake, and you're a grown man and all that. You don't understand that. Just watch. It's fucking great. So I'm thinking about it. Ellen, Celtic need to win tomorrow. Need to win before the derby. Absolutely, nothing less than 3 points tomorrow. Weather in Glasgow is looking heavy specky. Thanks, Raymond. Schlur's quality. It is. I love a Schlur. I love a Schlur. Thank you to the bold commenter who's given the £2 saying, love the video, right? Love the videos, Ryan. Keep it up, man. Thank you. I will try my best. I really appreciate it. Merry Christmas. You're so adorable on Christmas. Thank you. I don't think anybody's ever called me adorable in my life. So that's nice. Thank you. Merry Christmas, Ryan. I want to see pish and rain and wind in the eye of the tiger tomorrow. Deal up, Brian. Fair play. You're nae arsing about. You want to see pish and rain and wind. McCarthy is the turkey. Brilliant. Let's see. CCV is the stuffing. I'm liking all these fucking, comparisons to players being in Christmas dinner. You know what I mean? I like it. You know, listen, I love Ange. I'm a Brendan man through and through. Always have been. I loved him in his first spell here. I love him now. We'll turn it around and we'll be fine. But I love the two of them. Do you know what? I don't pick favourites. Neil Lennon is my answer. That's my answer. Neil Lennon. The WWF. No, heard that in a while. Ultimate Warrior. Rest in peace. I thought it's an appetizer. I have never tried it. Simple as that. Never tried appetizer, Jimbo. I need to give it a go before I can give an opinion. So sorry to disappoint you. Need more than 3 points. Need a good flowing performance. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. How WWE should book James McCarthy and Rocco Vata tag title reign. That'll be the first video on a second channel. That's it. Ryan, I know you don't like UFC, but you're a boxing fan. I like heavyweight boxing. No, I don't follow it religiously. Like, I don't like when it's on, I'll stick it on. I like heavyweight boxing, but that's about it. I watched the Wilder fight the other night. I didn't watch the Joshua one, but I watched the Wilder fight. I don't mind about boxing. I just wish that I grew up in the golden era of boxing. Like, you know, I love watching all the stuff about, you know, George Foreman, Muhammad Ali, guys like that. I love watching all that. But nowadays, it's just not the same, is it, Anthony? Let's be real. It's not the same. Best player I've seen play live. Maybe it's for Celtic, probably. Maybe Nakamura. He's up there. Dembele's up there for Celtic, and you know, I'm obviously only 23, so I can't go Larsson because the Larsson left when I was fucking 4. So opposition wise, I'll go with players that I've seen play. Probably, well, it's Messi. I mean, answer the question. But Wayne Rooney's like my favourite ever, and I've seen Rooney live a few times at Old Trafford and such, so it would be Wayne Rooney for me. It's my favourite player ever. Let's see, what else? Listen, I didn't have cabbage with mine. I'm just saying. I didn't have cabbage with mine. It would be questionable, yeah. I don't know why you'd want cabbage with your Christmas dinner, but you never know. Some people are, you know, sort of out there with their Christmas dinners. I kind of just want to. I wish I could have got a Chinese. Honestly, I would kill to have a Chinese on Christmas, but we don't do that here. My mum likes to get the cooking on and all the rest of it. Prime Scott Sinclair was a brilliant player and a brilliant answer to one of the best that I've seen. He was really, really good in that kind of first season. If we lost points versus Dundee, then against Rangers, is January time for changing the manager, or would you give it longer? That is a very loaded question and a very big question, and honestly, I don't even want to think about it. But if that scenario was to happen, if we were to lose, you know, points tomorrow and then lose to Rangers on Saturday, I don't think he would go. That's my answers. I don't think he would. I don't even think the board would consider it. But I think that there's a right to question it. As much as I love him, there's a right. Don't know if you answered first Old Firm. Mine was the 5-1 Dembele's hat trick. That was my first derby. I was never allowed to go to them when I was younger. My dad was like, "Nope, you're not going. You're not going to the derbies. No doing it." And I was like, okay. So I got going. That was my first one. It was a good first one. Best team other than Celtic you've seen live. Man United's 12-13 team was good with Van Persie free flowing, scoring goals. I was at the game when he scored that volley against Villa. They were a good team. Obviously I've seen Barcelona a couple of times. Bayern Munich. Back in 2017 as well. Good team. I think it was Jupp Heynckes that was in charge. They're probably up there. I've seen a good few teams, to be fair. Probably one of the Barças. It's got to be probably one of them. I know it's quite a boring answer, but it probably is one of them. God almighty. Fucking got a croaky old throat here. I'm all going to Germany in the summer, but not for the football. I'm going for the wrestling. I'm going to one of the WWE pay-per-views. They're holding one in Berlin, and I'm going there, and that's August. But I'm not going for the Scotland games. No, I'm not. No. I'll watch the games, but I wouldn't go over for them. I'm not going to pretend that I'm a part of the Tartan Army and dying to go over and all that nonsense. I want them to do well, but I wouldn't fly over for it and all that. No. Sorry if I've disappointed you. Let's see. Let's get a couple more for I end the stream, because we've went for half an hour, and usually I like to end these after half an hour, so they are rewatchable for those who haven't seen them or whatever from the start. So we'll get a couple more questions. I mean, Lanky is convinced we'll win the league. I like that. I love that attitude. I like seeing some positivity and some optimism surrounding the club at the minute, even though it's very hard. I love seeing it. Thoughts on Ratcliffe going to Man United? I've seen that a few times. I mean, Ratcliffe's quite a divisive figure in the sense that, you know, he's an old Tory bastard, but listen, it's the first step to getting rid of the Glazers, isn't it? So, you know, I guess that can only be a good thing, but we'll see how it goes. I don't want to say that it's going to suddenly fix Manchester United, but, you know, it's obviously a step in the right direction. Let's see. Does Hatate start against Rangers if fit? No. I know that might sound controversial. No. No. I would let him come on in the game, just on that risk of him not being 100%. We've seen it with Hatate. Mind when he came back at the start of the season from injury, and people were like, oh, he's not looking great, blah, blah, blah. If he comes in and he plays poorly, that could be really bad for us. And I know we need him back in this team, but I'd bring him off the bench. I would, personally. I don't know that's controversial, but it's just, honestly, I just think that I would let him, you know, I'd let the team do what they can do with, say, Bernardo, O'Reilly, McGregor, and then I would bring him on if we had to. But we'll talk about that if we get an update on Hatate. It might be a bit pointless. We don't know where he is and how fit he'll be or whatnot. So there, I'll finish on this. My midfield three would be Bernardo, McGregor and O'Reilly. That would be my midfield three for the derby. I think the team that played against Livy at the weekend is the team that has to play against Rangers. It's as simple as that. That would be the team that I would go with. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up there. Thank you to the 200 plus of you who came in and watched this stream tonight. I did not expect that. Thank you for all the Christmas wishes as well. I really do appreciate it, and I hope that yous are having a brilliant Christmas the last couple of hours of it now, of course. We'll see what happens tomorrow, if the game goes on or not. Hopefully it does, and then we'll be on the channel at some point doing a reaction or whatnot. So I'll see you then. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your night, and God bless you. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.